Welcome to Pensplaining with Corinne. Today, a very special royal wedding themed edition of Speed Dating with Pens. Our bride, the Regal Alice fountain pen. Our groom, the Regal Edward fountain pen. Is this a marriage made in heaven? We're going to find out. First impressions of the Regal Alice fountain pen in creamy pink. Definitely creamy pink, very nice color. It's also kind of got a frosted pink look to it that reminds me of some nail polish I had when I was in junior high. That's a story for another time. The heft of it is nice. It's fairly light. It's also very slim. It is a snap cap, like so. And the nib size is not shown on this nib, but my guess just by looking at it is that it's going to be somewhere between a fine and a medium. The writing sample will kind of let us know. This does take standard short international cartridges and a standard cartridge converter. Whether or not you want to use bottled ink or ink cartridges, either one is an option for you. The clip, not crazy about this clip because it barely moves, but let's see how it writes. The paper I'm using for this writing sample is a Baron Fig Vanguard notebook. The Regal Alice fountain pen I inked up with a sample I received of Robert Oster Black Violet. This pen started up right away for me after inking it, which was really impressive. This pen retails at around $20 US, and I have personally found that sometimes when you are getting a pen at a lower price point, it cannot be as reliable of a starter after inking. Not true with this pen at all. Based on what I'm seeing and feeling with the pen nib, I'm going to guess this is closer to a medium nib. It's very smooth, honestly, and I'm not getting any scratchiness to the feel of the nib. I'm really quite impressed. First impressions of the Regal Edward fountain pen in red. Really nice red. Yeah, I got nail polish that looks like this too, because I kind of like nail polish. Again, same basic body style as the Regal Alice, slim line. A couple of differences here with this Regal Edward is that he has a chrome finish on the top here with this little ridge to it, and then at the bottom as well. Again, snap cap. This nib actually says on it extra fine, so we're going to see, I can kind of compare the difference between the look of the nib on the Alice and this extra fine one on the Edward. Again, because it's the same basic style, it's going to take either short international cartridges or use the standard international converter for bottled ink. And how's the clip on this one? Got a little bit more springiness to it, which is nice. Let's see how it writes. Again, using the Baron Fig paper, I inked up this Regal Edward fountain pen with the black ink cartridge that it came with. As I mentioned, this is an extra fine nib. To me, this feels more like a fine more so than an extra fine, but then again, I'm not a big extra fine nib person, so but my assumption is that this is more of an extra fine like you would see in a European type pen. So this did have a slightly hard start to it, and it is skipping a little bit, as you can see as I'm writing with it, and I personally tend to attribute that to using cartridge inks as opposed to bottled, because I typically have that problem more so than with cartridges than I do with bottled ink. But overall, a pretty nice write. Many thanks to Federalist Pens and Paper for sending me these Regal fountain pens to try out at no cost in exchange for a fair and objective review. You can visit them at federalistpensonline.com. If you'd like to win one of these pens, I am doing a giveaway for U.S. residents only. Simply go to my Instagram account, Pensplaining, find the post associated with this video, and let me know, which side of the aisle are you seated on for this royal wedding? The brides or the grooms?